Brewbird. In this video, we're going to the Borders Distillery to talk to one of my co-workers who's been working there for about 1 year as a distiller. So let's go! Sarah, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hi, so I'm Sarah, I'm 23 and I'm a final year undergraduate at the University of Leeds.
Alright, and what do you study there?
So I study food science and nutrition. I'm in my final year and I've just submitted my dissertation.
Ah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so what made you so interested in alcohol in the first place?
So alcohol has been around for thousands of years. It was something that humanity has got down from the start, and I find that absolutely hilarious and very interesting, of course. From beer and wine all across the world, we've made different techniques of producing alcohol. And in my opinion, they're all spot on.
And what motivated you to start looking for work as a distiller?
So as part of the course, the University of Leeds allows you to take a year out. And you can either go study abroad or you can go and work for a year. I wanted to work for a year, wanted to get some experience, and after looking at a few options, I settled on distilling.
And how many distilleries did you contact?
I probably contacted about 10, maybe 11. I definitely tried to stay in Scotland, because this is where I live, and thought it would be easier for travelling.
Okay, and how long did it take you to find your job here?
I started looking in December and I got this job in March. A lot of December to February was just straight out rejections, and once I got in contact with this distillery, it actually got through very quickly.
Okay, did you know anyone here or?
I didn't actually, but the distillery is very close to my hometown where my parents live. And they had mentioned to me that it was going up, it was nearly finished production, and maybe I should try there if I was still looking for a job. So I did.
And so did you just send an email? Or?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I emailed and then within a couple of minutes my phone was ringing asking if I wanted the job.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They just hired you, no interview?
Well, it was kind of a phone interview telling me of what I would be doing. But no, not really. It was quite surprising. I think it was because they were so new and they were looking for someone just to help build up the staff. So it really was perfect timing.
Oh, cool. Who did you talk to on the phone?
I spoke to John Fordyce, one of the founders of this distillery. He's saying it's very interested in getting a student in. I believe the Borders Distillery is very into the education of their workforce. So it was kind of a win-win.
Cool. Were you surprised by how difficult or how easy it was to working as a distiller?
So working as a distiller, it's hard work. There's a lot of physical labour involved, but the actual technique, once you know it, it doesn't change very much. So it can be good to get repetitive and slowly master it. I think it's a lot easier to master working with this equipment than it is, say, others.
And what's it like working here?
I enjoy it, it's very fun. So you've got to be hands-on, you've got to be quite ready and quick on your feet. If something goes wrong, you've got to be very quick to fix it so you don't lose production time. It's also very messy, you're very likely to get covered in flour or dust throughout a day. And I've actually quite enjoyed that, not sitting in an office all day.
And do you have any interesting stories about things that went wrong?
So we've tried to do different methods of production with different cereals before, and some of them have been successful. Others have had me sitting on top of the mash tun for hours in despair, wondering why I ever started working here in the first place. It was so slow, it was so sticky, and I opened the filter wrong that night and got completely soaked head to toe in very sugary wort. It took about 3 showers to get it out of my hair, and I'm very glad they've decided not to do it again.
What is a typical day working here look like?
So it starts quite early if you're on the early shift, and you're getting in, you're heating up the equipment, you're starting the boiler, you're recircling tanks to make sure that everything is up to temperature, and then depending on what side you're on, you get started. The aim is to get started as quick as possible so you can get it done as quick as possible. So if you're on the mash side, you start mashing in, you're supervising it, and that's essentially what you're doing. You're making sure that nothing goes wrong, the equipment will do the job that it's meant to do, and you're just here to stop it from breaking down.
Okay. So what advice would you give people thinking of entering the distilling industry?
Go for it. So just email away, ask if there's any positions. I think a maths or science background would help, but that would depend on the job you're applying for. Just start emailing distilleries. So I really wanted to travel the world and discover how to make different types of alcohol. Unfortunately, due to a certain global pandemic, that's probably been put on hold. So I'm going to take up and continue academia. I'm going to do a master's in brewing and distilling, and then hopefully continue that on and do my own research project.
Oh wow, and where are you planning to do a brewing and distilling master's?
So at Heriot Watt in Edinburgh. I believe that there is a brewery that is planning to be built on site there, so that should be pretty interesting.
Oh, do they have a distillery there?
They have a micro distillery, but I believe they don't actually have a full-scale distillery yet.
Okay, cool. Do you know any other female distillers?
Only from the Borders Distillery, but this is only my first year of working in the distilling industry, so I haven't properly gone to others and seen how many there are.
Do you think it's a very rare thing to be a female distiller?
Ooh, couldn't say. It's not rare here, but it might be in the rest of the industry.
Do you think that you're at a disadvantage being a woman in this industry at all?
In STEM, in general, I think yes. In distilling, I can't say yet, as I'm still at the start of my career, but I think you're at a disadvantage in science, full stop.
Okay. So what's your favorite alcoholic drink as a distiller?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to portray Scotland and say that my favourite drink is champagne. I'm a bubbles girl every time. If you're talking cocktails, then I am a fan of whiskey cocktails. My favourite is Blood and Sand. It's created in 1940s. It's whiskey, sweet cherries, sweet vermouth and orange juice. And it's the perfect mix of bitter and sweet.
I need to make it for myself.
Yeah. Alcohol may not solve all your problems, but it definitely tastes better than water.
Right. Well, with that, we'll finish this interview. Thanks for your time,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
A big thank you to Sarah Fraser for featuring in this video and for showing us that all it takes is a lot of perseverance and a bit of good luck to land a job. Please support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more distilling and distillery videos. This is Brewbird, sending good vibes your way. I'll see you next time. Is there anything you want to say at all?
Have a drink? No! What do you call a place that makes beer?
A brewery?
Yes. Don't put that in. It's been a long day.